Good afternoon, everybody. How y'all doing on this Monday? The check in Chelsea Grant. Perfect. Had to make sure I put the title there. Okay, so today we are going to do things just a little differently because her bio is just so awesome. I wanted to make sure that I read it for you guys. So happy Monday, everyone. This is your girl, Genie Sweetness, and we are on the check-in. Today we will be checking in with Chelsea Grant. Chelsea Grant is a self-proclaimed ambassador of the underdog. Born to immigrant parents from Guyana, her view of the world has innately been one of a global citizen, stretching far beyond her New York front steps. After graduating with her bachelor's in English and creative writing, Chelsea stretched her journalistic writings wings interning for Jamrock magazine. She went on to write for several Caribbean media outlets as a freelancer before transitioning to a radio personality. Her radio relationships and knack for the industry caught the attention of VP Records, where she was eventually hired as project manager. Chelsea's desire to empower artists was met with fulfilling opportunities to push the music forward. In her role as a project manager at VP Records, Chelsea was charged with the responsibility of overseeing marketing budgets and strategies of the company's top producing artists, including Grammy Award winner Estelle, Busy Signal, Jah Cure, and Christopher Martin, as well as newcomers such as Javalani and Noah Power. Whether planning album releases, live streams, experiential events, and activations, giveaways, or multi-level campaigns, Chelsea's ability to channel and implement the artist's creative vision while maintaining a company's key goals has been a formidable asset. Currently, Chelsea manages international reggae artist Noah Power, as well as consults for various artists and industry professionals. Chelsea is also a tastemaker in her own right, leading discussions on her Instagram live show as a way to shed light on industry nuances, as well as provide a platform for up-and-coming artists on her show, The Casual Connect. I just wanted to make sure that I read that for you guys before we bring her in. You guys, this is my home girl, Chelsea Grant, Chelseafied. I am so excited to be checking in with her today. Chelseafied, where are you? Okay, there you are. Hey.
I was like, man, that sounds good.
Yeah, right. He was like, who is that? Who's she talking about?
Good on there today. Oh my goodness. How are you?
Chelsea.
Hello.
Oh my God. Can I tell you that I didn't know I was going to be nervous because I'm talking to my girlfriend. You know what I mean? So I didn't know I was going to be nervous. I am so nervous to be talking to you.
Why? Why are you nervous?
Because it's my girl. You know what I mean? It's so I want to make sure that I, do you justice, because I always say that you don't highlight yourself enough. You don't talk about yourself. You just do so much work. So I want to make sure that while I have you here, that people understand what it is that you're doing here. So yeah, I'm nervous.
No, me. You look so good. I love the makeup.
Thank you. No, this is my beautiful. Look at that hair. Oh my God. She came in. She was like, it's coolie time today. It's coolie time today. Yeah. So before we get started, my love, I'd like us to take a moment of silence for General Colin Powell. He did pass away today. I'd like to make sure everybody understands that he did have cancer. So they listed him as passing away, and that he was fully vaccinated, and he passed away to COVID related symptoms. But I want to make sure that everyone understands that he did have cancer as well, because there's debates about this and that. So if we could just take a moment of silence for General Colin L. Powell. Yes, yes, yes. Welcome to the check-in, Chelseafied.
Hey, Genie Beanie.
Hey. So let us start from the beginning, because of course, welcome everyone to the show. For those of you who have not been to the check-in before, we check in with industry tastemakers so that you all could see that you see them at parties and you see them here and see them there, but you just don't understand the steps they took to get on that level, and you don't see what it is that they do during the day. So I did, of course, read your bio, but let's start with, hey, Bobby, let's start with Jamrock Magazine.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
let's talk about that.
You know, during that time, Squeeze was like the person to know. You know, he's still on radio now. He's definitely still Squeezed, but at that time he really had New York City on lock. You know, he had the hottest Monday night party at SOBs, and they came out with this magazine. I remember Rihanna at the time being on the cover, and I was still in college, and I was like, you know what, I want to work there. Like that meant everything to me. So that kind of like pushed me a little bit into, well, that definitely pushed me into the industry and really owning in on Caribbean media. There was no Instagram back then, you know, so and the culture of like meeting artists was totally different then. Like I met so many people and I'm like, man, I don't have a picture to show it. Squeeze had every single artist you could think of coming on his Monday nights at that time. Richie Spice, Tessanne Chin, Tanya Stevens, all of them kind of passed through.
Can we just talk about that for a second and just hone in on this part? So you said there was no Instagram, so that means we didn't have these phones with the pictures and you could just record these clips and save it and stuff like that. So how were you able to even like capture any footage or anything, you know, during that time?
I do remember, like remember at that time I had like a Nokia flip phone, and they did have cameras, right? But the quality of the pictures were different, and it just, because there was no Instagram, I don't think that your first instinct was like, let me get a picture so people can see this. Like you were much more so living in the moment at that time, like, you know, like you're working, that kind of thing.
You did a lot of writing though. Did you take like a pen and paper with you, or how were you able to like take notes, because you were a journalist, you know, I mean, you did some writing in it, you know, so how were you able to get in your mind and just capture key moments of any event that you went to?
A lot of times we were recording like on a like a, you know, a recorder, you know. Even like the apps and stuff that we have now, where you could do a lot of stuff from your phone, that wasn't the case. So I had like a separate recorder. I'm asking questions and speaking into it, and then so having the artist. Exactly, pretty much. So yeah, it's a lot different now. Like I said, with technology, but back then it was just the culture of things. Like, even though, yeah, you might take a picture with an artist, but it's like now, like you feel like you have to take a picture with people.
Yeah.
Or it didn't happen. If it didn't go on Instagram, then it didn't happen, right? So now the culture is totally different. Like you're getting dressed for Instagram. You're like going to your events for Instagram.
Right.
You know, is it's an Instagrammable moment, you know, that kind of thing.
Right.
So the culture is definitely different now. But yeah.
Well, but then it kind of, I guess, when you get to put it on Instagram now, then because you are, you know, independent, you're, you know, then it helps maybe get clients, or it helps kind of show your work a little more now.
I think that like I see a lot of people, like when New Year comes, they delete all their pictures and they like start over, and I would love to do that.
Nah.
I would love to like take everything down and just like start over again and change my name, but Instagram serves to me as sort of like my resume.
Yeah.
Because you can look back over the last couple of years and you're like, oh, she was involved in that and that.
Right.
So for that reason, I can't take, not at this point in my career, I feel like I can't take things down now.
Yeah.
But I would love to be able to just like start over, do like one picture.
Your resume, your library, your archive.
Exactly.
So I definitely, you know, understand that part. But when I met you, you were on radio.
Yes.
So tell us about that. How do you go from, you know, doing Jamrock magazine and the journaling and things of that nature to now you're in the front? Now people are seeing you, you know.
So, I mean, so I was doing Jamrock, and then I worked for like a couple of other publications, and then I always tell the story because people say like, you know, how did you get started? That was pretty much my start. But then as far as doing like real work, I think it was when I worked with Platinum Kids,
Yeah.
I was in the Bronx, and they were like popular in the Bronx, and I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna try to see if I can get them some sponsorship for one of their events. And I didn't know them,
Right.
and I always tell, I just kind of called them out of the blue. I called Marcus. I was like, hey, my name is Chelsea. You guys seem like a popular pair in the Bronx. Do you think I can help you guys out to get some sponsorships for your party? I won't charge anything. And he's like, knock yourself out, like, no problem. The first time I tried to get them sponsorship for an event, I didn't get anything. The second time I didn't get anything. And the third time I was able to get them a check. So then I was like, okay, I could do this.
Right.
And from then I was working at another radio station in the Bronx I met Fata Diamond, I met DJ Nori, I met Diva Madonna, and a couple of other artists came through. I was kind of like in charge of the radio station, still not in the forefront, right? I was still the
Right.
person
Right.
aligning things for everybody else, kind of like a program director, but it was an underground station. That relationship, from being there, I was able to work with Nori on Anything Goes, get sponsorship for that event, that kind of thing. But I always in the back of my head, I was like, I think I could do this. I'm like kind of a personality. I kind of got a little spunk.
Let's write this down. Sponsorship solicitation.
Yes. Sponsorship. And then from there, it was an artist, actually, a Guyanese artist, Cap Ashanti. He was like, you can so do radio. Like, you have like a great voice, you got a great personality. He was like, check out these people. Like, check them out. Don't tell them I sent you. But they're gonna give you a show. And from that, it just made sense. My family in Guyana watched. They were like really excited, to see me on there. And it was definitely something that was like fulfilling for me. And then after that was VP Records. I think people kept seeing me all over the place. So they're like, oh, maybe this girl doesn't know what she's doing, kind of.
Why is she so extra? Why is she
all over the place? Everywhere? Why is she everywhere? That was the thing. They kept I was doing some work with Tempo at the time. There was a concert with Gibson and Arita.
Did your audio go down?
Let me see.
Okay, there we go. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so they just kept seeing me everywhere. I just kept pushing through. So eventually I landed a job at VP. So
okay, let's not get to VP yet. I wanna stick a pin right here. And you said that Guyanese artist Cap Ashanti said, hey, I think that you should do radio, and then you had the support of your family in Guyana. So I wanted to talk about how important it was for you to have that support and that backing as you went in front of the camera and became a personality, a name yourself. Thank you, Zuraz.
It was definitely, for me, it was surprising at first, because like we kept seeing like, and shout out to Spades, DJ, who was my DJ for the show. And then I had a couple of guest DJs after that, but we just kept seeing the numbers go up. Like, well, people are really watching this and enjoying this, And after a while, I got requests from artists to come back to my show after they've already interviewed me, because I really try to make it fun. So even when like I'm prepping, on the flip now, I still do my show, but I'm also prepping artists for other people's show. I'm like, trying to challenge them to. It's like tennis when you're having interviews, right? Like the interviewer is going to throw you the ball. You're going to throw something back at them.
Right.
That's what discourse is. So a lot of times what I've noticed in other interviews with artists that aren't prepared is that, interviewer asks them a question and they'll just give them a one-word answer. Yes. No. Like, what is the person supposed to do with that? You know what I'm saying? Oh, do you enjoy, writing music? And they go, yeah. Oh, yeah. It takes so much energy for the interviewer to come back from just a short answer, so you got to give them something to play with,
right?
But yeah, the support of my family was really dope. We've seen like 1 week 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 people watching, and I was like, oh, this is amazing. So it definitely was feeling for me. And my mom had her little bragging rights at the time. She was like, yeah, people watch it. People watch it. Yes. So they were excited as well. And then it's one thing to say like, oh, this is what I do, and then it's another thing for them to see as well. So I think it was important for them as well to kind of give you my credit.
Yeah. So Zuraz here is definitely a supporter of yours. You must know who that is.
Yes.
Okay.
How you doing?
So a word that you said, and of course I'm going to keep doing this and interjecting and stuff, just because I want to make sure that people understand and know, what it is that you do, and it's not just 1, 2, 3.
No.
Challenge was a word that you use. You said you had to challenge them. You're pulling it out of them.
Right.
And did you get like resistance, and you're bumping heads, and they just like, I want to do this, I just want to push my music? Was it difficult for you, and how were you able to, if it was difficult, how were you able to handle any challenges that you faced, any resistance when you were trying to get them to, talk about themselves, to do more than just the one word answers?
I think it's different for each person. So you definitely adapt to how that artist receives information. There's some artists who I'm like, listen, you're not interesting right now. You know what I mean? Like, I could just be that blunt. Or there's some that I have to babysit them a little bit and be like, hey, well, what do you think about it like this? You check this other person's interview. Sometimes you have, depending on who it is. And I think sometimes the bigger the artist, the more fragile their ego. So like the bigger artists are the ones that are like, no, I know what I'm doing. Like, you can't talk to them and just say like, you're whack right now. Like, you know what I mean? They're like, who do you think you're talking to? I'm like, I'm talking to you, But that has been my experience there. So it's just really adapting to the personality and just learning how to deliver the information.
The bigger the artist, the more fragile their ego. I have to make sure that I've absorbed that within myself, because I do find that you have to, you cannot, everybody understands differently. Everybody can't handle. We're Sagittarians, by the way, y'all.
We're very blunt, straightforward. I'm like, this is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
We got things to do. We don't have time to, but like you said, we do have to, because of the, their ego gets a little, a little Hollywood, a little big up there. And we just have to, kind of break through that and say, hey, you can't think within yourself. Everybody knows you. Everybody's heard your music. So how can you help me help you? Like, it's about you, and I want you to be the best, but bring it down a little bit. Okay, and then you did, after being on radio, and then you became a project manager over at VP Records. You interviewed and stuff, and you came in, I believe, on the and I'll only call names if you want to call names. We said it in your bio, but if you want to call the name, it's fine. Okay. I just want to make sure that I I stayed in there. Yes, I love that. MH the Hair Slayer. In life and business, you must be teachable to succeed. I'm writing that down. I love it. Oh. You must be teachable. All right, listen, because I'm not here to teach. I'm here to learn. Yes. Thank you so much, Hair Slayer.
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely. Sometimes you have to just switch roles. Like, you have to become the student, and not be as prideful. Even for in our situation, like, oh, I don't know something. Maybe I need to like take a minute, and I have before, especially with sponsorship and things like that. Let me go to YouTube and type in some stuff. Let me
just studying.
Learn this. This is not really my wheelhouse, but I need skills. So let me sit down and say like, okay, all right, let me take a little crash course in something.
Right. So you came into VP Records as a project manager, and I believe the first project that you worked on was Estelle.
Yes.
Okay.
The first project was.
What was the name of that album?
Lovers Rock.
Lovers Rock. Can I tell you that we were in Brooklyn, kind of under the bridge, I believe, for it was an album release party, I believe.
Yes.
It was in Brooklyn, and that was just seeing her in her element, because first of all, she was just an relaxed. There's shouts out to my producer Romy Icon in the building. She was so friendly when she came. Oh, guys, I met Chelsea Five. We both worked at VP Records music group, and of course, Chelsea Fide worked for VP Records, and I worked for VPAL Music, and so she worked for the label, and I worked for independent distribution. So let me just say that part before,
Yeah.
you know,
And
so y'all be
Genie,
like, well, how she know this and that?
you know, Genie definitely took me. You took me under your wing when I was there.
Girl.
You know, so
No,
as Sages, even though we're fierce
right.
people, we're all very emotional. At least I am. So,
Right. No, we be crying.
She's always like, get it together, get it together.
No, we gon' I'm sure we'll cry before this check-in is finished today. So when we were at that album release party, because when Estelle came to VP Records, and she was just chilling, relaxed. I'm like, hey girl, I have a picture. We like had both of our hands in our pockets. I'm like, you hungry? You want something to eat? Just talking to her. So she's already your home girl, just chilled, relaxed, whatever. So we you guys did this album release party, and she was just greeting everyone, talking to everyone. Hey, Concrosses. Okay, X Prime. Let me write that down. I don't know why he changed his name. I love Concrosses. So tell me what it was like working on that project. Give us some good stuff, because I love Lovers Rock. Oh my God.
First of all, I think Lovers Rock is an awesome album. I think she has some classic songs on there, right? Estelle, I would say there's some artists that kind of like you said, very mysterious, or they only talk through their managers, that kind of thing. She's not that person. Like, if she wants to express her vision, she'll jump on the phone so that you can understand, you know, and she's done that time. So you can understand, like, okay, this is kind of the feel that I'm looking for. This is what I want. This is how I want it to be expressed. Which, because some artists that you work with, especially in the reggae fields, you know, they're just like, okay, well, do something and then get back to me. You know what I mean? Like, there's a disconnect.
Right.
But I always think if you're the artist, you have a lot of vision, that kind of thing. So Estelle definitely is that. She's like, you know, this is what I think. You think, put your 2 cents in. So definitely a collective feel. And like you said, she's definitely the homegirl in that sense. You know, she's gonna talk to everybody. She's gonna say hello to people. Some artists are just gonna like walk through and breeze out and say anything to anybody. She's not that person at all. So I definitely respect her for that. She's gonna talk to the dancers. She's gonna talk to the producer. She's gonna talk to the sound man. All of those things.
Look at that vibe. And did it make it easy for you when you were working on her project, that she was so involved and just so, you know, making sure that everybody caught the vibe so that everybody was on the same wavelength? Was that easy for you? What about even working with her managers, you know?
I wouldn't say they made it easy on me. I will say that they challenged me, her managers. I will say they challenged me. And they gave me a different perspective of what a manager should be. Definitely shaped, you know, as I manage Noah Power today, definitely shaped me into what you should be doing for your artists. I've heard people say, like, a lot of reggae artists, managers are more road managers than they are like true managers, right? Because they honestly, I feel like it's because
I'm writing this down. No, keep going.
Honestly, I feel like it's because they haven't encountered other managers in different genres. You know, they don't have the experience. So if they're just starting out, like, you know, you're a new artist, you just kind of pull in your homeboy, and that's your manager. You know what I mean? And they're gonna make sure you look good, but are they going to hold the label accountable? Are they going to be, you know, searching for new deals for you? Are they going to be telling you?
No. Wait, because we're good.
Okay, all right. We'll come back to it.
That's why I had to write that down. So let me put that over here, because we're still on your project management part. Here, so I think you did the Estelle, and it was just so wonderful, and there were different events and performances. I saw her, you know, on the radio during her promotional tour for Lovers Rock, you know, and yeah, that was awesome. It was awesome. I did also get to meet her managers, and they also were just kind of chill.
I mean, one of the things that stemmed from Lovers Rock is Estelle presents the Link Up, which was at Essence for 2 years, and then most recently this year, like maybe about a couple weeks ago, she was able to bring it to Add Color. So Estelle presents the Link Up is basically a concert featuring different reggae artists, you know. This last one had, who did we have on the last one?
Wayne Wonder.
Wayne Wonder.
Yes.
Damn. Sister Nancy. Baby Sham. Who else was on there? I'm like, I'm in my mind, I'm blending all 3 years together. You know,
right.
I'm like, oh man. Mr. Vegas was on this year as well.
Yeah.
And Wyclef. Which is pretty dope.
You know, and it was like, now that things are open, right? There's so many different things going on. And we're like trying to get to, and I completely had forgotten about, like, oh no, but I got to see the footage and I was excited. So what I like to, because we're still on Estelle here, and what I like is that, you know, she didn't just drop an album, okay, this is the album and that's it, is that she ventured into other things and then was including her peers in her process. That was awesome for me.
Absolutely. She just won an award. She just won an award, the Gracie Award for her radio show on Apple Music. And she brought Noah Power and Polish on there to do a mix for Labor Day. So she's definitely still pulling in the Caribbean in that sense. I think DeMarco is releasing an album this week. So he's going to be on her show as well. So he's definitely, you know, she's definitely still pulling in the Caribbean with everything that she does, which is awesome. Because you hear a lot of people like, oh, you know, they just come in here one time and do an album and then forget about it. It's not that person. And rightly so. She, you know, her dad is from Grenada, you know, so she is part of the Caribbean as well, and she grew up on some of the same songs that we grew up on, even though she's British and she has a African heritage as well. You know. And even if her dad wasn't from Grenada, she's still giving back to the community, and I think she deserves
that DeMarco's album drops on the 22nd.
On the 22nd. What's today?
Thank you.
What is Friday?
Today is the 18th. Yes. Okay. So it definitely is this week.
Okay, cool.
Definitely Pyrotech. Okay, yeah, I just wanted to stop and say that, because, you know, as sister CEOs in this business, that we always have to big our sisters up and make sure that, you know, everybody know, because we do so many things. So when it's a moment to big our girls up, we like, okay, so my sis got going, you know, this going on. So wanted to make sure that we, you know, talked about Estelle and then and now and stuff. So I hope you guys are following her, and that the name of DeMarco's album is Melody. Thank you, Empress K. That, you know, what was I saying? I just completely lost it there. But I just wanted to make sure that you guys got that information. Oh, that you're listening to her show, which of course is on Apple Music. So that's important, you guys. So follow Estelle on Instagram so that you can see everything that she's got going on, and support what it is that she's doing, because she darn sure is, you know, supporting us.
Yeah. And then with the Apple Music show, it is a radio show, but you can listen to all the past episodes. So, like, for instance, when I mentioned about Polish and Noah, their mix is on there, and it's pretty dope. So,
hey, okay, so you did the Estelle project as project manager at VP. I think that, I don't know if it was the Busy Signal that was next, or Jah Cure. Christopher, maybe?
I think it was Christopher Martin next, and then Jah Cure.
Okay.
I don't remember how that went. Busy Signal was like the last one, but
pieces of the puzzle. So with Christopher Martin, sorry.
Them.
Hold on one second. Let me drink a little bit.
I feel like my lip is dry. I'm like, I needed some lip gloss or something. But I was like, okay, it's okay.
Yeah. So let's talk about the Christopher Martin album, which of course went debuted at number 1 on the Reggae Billboard charts. So something that I liked, and I know Christopher, he just dropped a new song, so I know he's so busy right now, and Kingy, but one of the things that I saw with Christopher when you were project manager for his album was that he trusted you. I'd like to know what it was like, again, because you worked with us, what was it like having the trust of this artist, Mr. Big Deal? What was it like having his trust, and that he didn't mind doing things a little differently than he had done before?
One of the first meetings with him was at Art Basel in my
Florida.
You know, I big up to Monique Blake. She was she was in charge of the Swiss Beats party
Okay.
during Art Basel. So Chris was booked for a VP event, and then I was like, I gotta get him into this Swiss Beats event. So I drove, and then it was a bunch of things on the itinerary because VP. I'm like, if we're gonna send you to Miami, like you better come back to work. You better come back with some results, some work. So it was one of my first encounters with them, and I worked so hard during that weekend. I busted my ass, and I think they saw that, and they definitely respect, Christopher Martin and his manager. They definitely respected me after that. There was a photo shoot that was supposed to happen. There was no clothes at the last minute. There was no clothes. I was like, you know what, Chelsea, you're gonna pull this together. You're gonna go in the mall. You're gonna now your project manager hat, which changes all the time. I'm like, now you're a stylist. You're a stylist today, and you know what? You're gonna pull it off, and it's gonna be great. I went to the mall, bought a bunch of stuff, called some of my friends, like try to figure it out. And I'm like, okay, this is happening. I'm like, whatever was supposed to happen is going to happen. We did the Swiss Beats party. We did we walked, silent. We just did so many appearances that weekend. I think the trust was gained because I showed that I can work, and I was definitely working on their behalf.
So let me go back to this part. Do you think that the way that you managed that project, that it was some of it came from your relationship with Estelle's manager and seeing how they were managing her career? Do you think you were able to take some of that, and that's why you were like, okay, well, got to do the clothes, got to do this, that? Do you think that you took some of that knowledge with you for Christopher Martin's project?
I think a lot of these things were happening simultaneously. As I was working in one project, I'm like trying to still push a single for these. I was telling somebody I'm used to like having 5 or 6 different singles that I'm pushing at the same time, two albums coming up. Like that's where my head has always been, like, keeping really busy. But for me, I feel like when someone entrusts me with their single or their album, gave me your baby. Like this is something that you spent sleepless nights putting together, and then you trust me with it. I feel like I have a responsibility to go as hard as possible because that's what you do,
Yes.
It's like having a baby and dropping it off at somebody's house, and they're just like, all right, here's some water, some dry crackers. I'm like, oh no, you gave me a baby, I gotta lay out a spread. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's how I always look at it. Like, you're entrusting me with your career. That's one. And I don't take that lightly. Right. I feel like this is someone's livelihood.
Yes.
And there's a great
like that you said that.
Yeah.
I think, again, and of course I have to keep mentioning that we are both Sagittarians so that people understand that we have so many hats and that we are so passionate and so involved in what we do. So, and I think sometimes that they can't handle how intense we are. We're doing a lot. We can't just do this. We do, so many different things, and you might not see the bigger picture, but we see the bigger picture, and that's why we're pulling you, and get out of that comfort zone. We don't have a zone. Get out of that zone.
No, not at all. It's just like, we can't really. We're not like boxed in people, so we're gonna do it all. Like that's just who we are as people. Period. So that's why I said, during that time I was like, okay, if I gotta be a stylist today, I'm gonna be a stylist. Like, you know what I mean? Whatever I need. I probably couldn't have been the photographer. I don't know if that would have worked out well, but but I'm like, maybe I got an iPhone Pro, so maybe we'll figure it out.
An iPhone that is never charged. I'm not saying that out loud. Listen,
I made sure to charge my phone, Genie, for this interview because I was like, if this thing goes dead in the middle of the interview, Genie's gonna have my head. So it is charged. We're not gonna have it.
Because listen, guys, as long as I've known her phone always dies.
Absolutely.
But that is a good thing because let me tell you that she, she's working, she's taking notes, she's taking picture and video recording things. So that's why it dies. And I keep forgetting to buy her a mobile charger. I
need one. I definitely need one.
I have to remember. I haven't done that. Okay, so and then of course, and I want to go through these so that we could jump into your other things because we are at the half hour mark, and I do have to be talking to you so much, but I just wanted to get these things out there. The Christopher Martin album release party, which was at Milk River in Brooklyn, New York.
Mhm.
And of course, Tasha from Power, which obviously I know her real name, but
Notori Norton, right? That's
Notori
her name?
Norton. She
Angela Yee
had,
was hosted.
you had Hot 97 and Power 105 in the same build.
Yeah.
Drink this water again.
Notori Norton. What's this comedian's name? I forgot his name, but he was there. It was cool, and and then we also followed up with the event in Jamaica as well.
Mm-hmm.
The live stream event in Jamaica, which is cool. But
that's what I'm saying. You had an artist to, first of all, when I first met Kingy, his manager, when I first met Kingy, he had on a knapsack over his head and was selling CDs out of the bag. This is the type of manager that he has. He's not this kind of guy who's just sitting there like, I'm the manager, you're supposed to know me and stuff. This is a man who's on the ground and working,
and also playing the songs, queuing up the records as well, which is like such an asset. He's like, oh no, this money gonna stay right here.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like
this is absolutely, awesome. So we are at the half-hour mark. So I just want to welcome you all to the check-in. Of course, speaking to Chelsea Grant. She is an all-arounder, so I won't just put one label on her. She is an industry executive, and we've gone through her beginnings. We're about in the middle here.
Yeah, we're middling.
Yeah, I'm sorry. What'd you say?
Yeah, we're middling.
Yeah, we're right. So I want to make sure that I welcome those of you who have just come in. I see my publicist, Miss Rain Martin, in the building. Welcome. So, well, I have two publicists, so a woman and a man, and so that's my woman publicist. So, it was awesome. Of course, again, it did debut at #1. I see that he got his plaque, his Billboard plaque. So that was awesome. And of course, with him thanking you, for me, that felt great that he did, tell you thank you, because quite often, people just keep it moving, and it doesn't have to be no big, huge public thank you. But if you just tell me to the side, thank you, which had a producer who ended up with a Grammy, and they called me very tearful and told me thank you for believing in them, and that made me feel good. I don't need you to tell nobody else, but just telling me that you remember that I was there to pull you out of that comfort zone means everything. So I'm glad that he did that for you. Oh my God, so Busy Signal. I can't do it the way he does it. I love me some Busy. Can I tell you that I was speaking to an engineer, and he said that the reason why he loved working with Busy is because if something is at 9 o'clock, Busy's there at 8:30, wondering why is everybody late. He talks about Busy's work ethic and how this man, I am on time. Everybody should be on time. We got work to do.
Yes, Busy, I would say, is he's one of those people. If he has a record, like if he's in the studio at 4 a.m., he's gonna jump on the phone and call people at 4 a.m. and be like, listen to this record, that kind of thing. Definitely, out of the artists that I've worked with, he is, I would say, the most eccentric, but you can understand why his music is the way it is based on his personality. Like, he's so versatile. Like, he has he can DJ, but then he can still come in with a lover's rock. He could rap.
My God.
Each time he touches one of these genres, like, he's gonna kill it every time.
I saw him performing. I saw a live stream of him performing in Europe, and when he started freestyling, because he do that little fast DJ part thing, everybody was going crazy. The man was sweating. I'm trying to dab the tea, like, oh my God, he's sweating. But he just, he just killed it, and just the energy coming through my phone from him. He is such a freaking wicked artist, and I see him doing Afro beats right now, and I was like, yes, all the Latin music. Oh.
Can do no wrong. Like, his album was amazing. It really was. And he talked about, like, he called it parts of the puzzle. Look like, there's a whole bunch of different pieces that make up who Busy Signal is.
Pieces is parts of the puzzle, right?
Yeah. So that's where that concept for the album came from, pretty much. He's made up of all these different things, but and also he continues. He's been around from when I was younger, but he you know what I mean. He continues in the industry to have longevity, and he still has music that's relevant right now. Like, have an artist that's been around for a long time, and it just feels like they're losing their audience.
No,
Not one of those people.
no.
Like, even like kids know his new music, not the old stuff. Like we all know his older music for and the new things that he puts out are definitely still hits. He hasn't at all.
But for someone to say that, and that was something that they took within themselves, and then hear you talk about, yep, he gonna call you at 4 a.m. and stuff. I think that is such a compliment to him, that he's not just your average. Of course, big up Gilly, his manager, you know what I'm saying? But just, you have to be on time, and you have to constantly, consistently work as though nobody knows you.
Right.
Nobody knows you. You have to put that work in. And I know you guys did Florida too. Just, you have to put the work in. It doesn't matter, like, and I know quite often once you get a little shine, then you're just like, okay, I'm done. He get a little shine, is like, oh man, I'm not done yet. Oh man, now I gotta work harder. And I it's important.
I think for Busy, he gets the idea of still remaining in touch with your fan base. Like, he may refuse, and I've seen it. Like he may have refused like a bigger radio station or interview for whatever reason, but he'd still be at an radio in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Or Queens, rather. Like, he's still at the pirate radio stations, touch base with those DJs.
Oh my God.
And that they're the ones that are pushing the music forward. It's a great look to have like a super popular radio interview, but it makes sense. It's important to remember that face with the smaller stations. Like, that's what reggae music is made up. We are a niche genre. So the 1%. The super commercial platforms might give you like a 1 or 2 play, but it's those pirate stations that's gonna make you a hit.
So you said remain in touch with your fan base. I have something here with that. So he was asked, why are you not doing any of these online performances during the lockdown? And he said, because the energy with the fans and everything, I need to be out there with you. I can't do that while I'm online. So no, I'm not going to, and I don't have to, because he's an independent artist. He says, I'm not going to because I don't have to. And I thought that was so great that he took that stance. I need to be out there with y'all. No, I need to be there. I have enjoyed everything online that I saw, but he said that. I loved it.
I think there is a at some point during the online performances and things like that, because a lot of artists were doing them just because I feel like for themselves, you want to feel like you're still busy, you're still working on your craft. But it came to a point for me where I feel like, okay, is this going, if I see you on 10 online, the same artist on 10 virtual events, is it too much? It's like overload, So I think remaining kind of distant, when he comes back, he can charge whatever he wants to charge.
Girl, and I got it. Like $3. I got it.
Like he hasn't been at every single event. You haven't heard his songs. Like when you it's like when you like go on a dinner, you're at Applebee's all the time. I hate to compare it to that, but like you're at Applebee's all the time, but you're like, oh, I want an STK tonight because I haven't had it all the time. Like, it's that much more savory now.
Right. He got us out here thirsty.
Yes. I'm like, oh, okay. I haven't seen Busy Signal in a while.
Right. No, but I still saw it. Went to Coney Island, and the street team still was pushing parts of the puzzle. His album was still everywhere, but it was, oh my God, when I went to Afrobeats album release party, and he did his Busy song, and so this is obviously a couple years ago he did. So everywhere you turn, people, and oh my God, I love it. Yes, we're gonna run over. Romy Icon, are you still here? Yeah, we're gonna run over. That's okay. So let's jump over. We're gonna skip over something there,
Okay.
and let's jump over into Jabalani.
Javalani. Javalani is
Can we go
one
past?
where we're at 3:45 right now.
Yeah, I
So
was talking to my producer
okay.
there.
Javalani definitely I think is an artist with a lot of potential. I can't wait till he's able to like touch the states, you know,
Mhm.
and really showcase his stuff. I feel the younger audience is really in tune with Sure. And I love the concept of his album, you know, from Dirt to Bentley when he talks to it's basically like the rags to riches kind of thing,
Mhm.
but just wants something that he wants to attain, you know. But yeah, he's definitely talented as well, for
I
sure.
love that. And for those of you, Romy Icon, I don't know if you heard my question there. So you know what I'm asking you because it's a quarter to four. So with Javalani, for those of you who have been on the check-in from the beginning, then you know our premiere episode was with Paul Platinum of Platinum Kids, who you heard Chelsea Five mention, and David Ireland actually had, who's Ireland Records. You know, he was episode 3. Okay, thank you, Romy Icon. He was episode 3, and you know, and you heard Chelsea Five mention Javalani, and Ireland had a song on that album, which is really awesome. So this is me just making sure that you guys understand the connections here, and that when you focus on the work, and you know, you're just all about the work, then you know you end up running into each other. You end up,
Right.
you know, locking into each other. So so I wanted to make sure that you guys, and again, because we are talking to Chelsea Five, and so you guys can understand the different things that she's done, and I thought that was just so important to mention. So we are now. The reason why I wanted to save this person. Oh, we're not going to talk about him just
Okay.
yet. We're going to save him for last. Let's get to the casual connect, because
Okay.
I think that before we get into management, I think that the casual connect was so. This was during the pandemic, and I thought that it was so necessary. I got Shannon Mack from there. You just had so many different people that we don't get to hear from, and you know we got to sip a little. You had a
Hmm.
sponsor and everything. So I'm gonna be quiet while you talk about the Casual Connect, because can I tell you I was there every single week, every week.
Oh, yes,
Let's talk about the Casual Connect. Yes.
the casual.
And hopefully you can, you know, let us know if you're still doing it.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. I'm gonna be quiet now. Casual Connect.
the casual connect was really my answer to connecting with people when we couldn't connect in person, you know, because we're during the pandemic, which I think a lot of people are doing, you know, we're not comfortable going out, that kind of thing. But I was really like, okay, the people that I want to talk to, you know, that I would have run up on in a club or you know a music industry event,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give them a platform to kind of discuss themselves, and really you get to see that people like, you know,
Mm-hmm.
being praised for the work that they put in. So I got a lot more yeses than nos during that conversation or those interviews. um and I think more so my idea was like, okay, how can I leave people with some gems? That was the whole idea. So like a couple of times I've told people like, okay, you know, get a notebook, put this down, like, you know, how do you get from this point to that point? Like what's the steps? What's the blueprint? That's always the idea that I have, whether you're an artist or an industry professional. And as I say this, right, I see a lot of people hitting me up sometimes and asking me for things. Like they're like, you know, can you do, you know, I'm an artist, can you do, I'm a I'm a you know, I had someone hit me up the other day. They was like, you know, I'm working with the artists. They write songs. Like, you know, can you put me on? And I'm like, what is that? What is what is that? Come from a place. This is if I'm gonna drop a gem, because we coming from the casual connect, and it's just so front of mind. When I came into the industry, I came in as an intern. Number one, I was
Mm-hmm.
offered my services and something that I can do in exchange for what that company could do for me for free. That's one. Two, I told you guys about Platinum Kids. When I came in the game and I was working with them, I offered my services for free in order for me to get a leg in the, my foot in the door. So I feel like, a lot of times people are coming to me and they're like, okay, I know you. Can you do this for me? Can you put me on? Come to me with something. Tell me like, yo, Chelsea, I see that you're doing a show and you may need this. Can I help you do that? And I'm like, okay, cool. In exchange for this, can you help me with this? And I'm like, that makes sense. Why wouldn't I help you if you're helping me?
In exchange of power.
Exactly. I feel like that part is really missing from a lot of conversations that hit my DM. Like, one, if you're an artist, the exchange there is money. You're gonna have to pay me for my services. But if you're a person that's trying to get on, make it rain, honey. But if you're a person that's trying to get on in the industry and you really want to like make legway, think first, what do I have to offer some of these people? Do I have a platform that they could talk about their services and what they do for a living? Like, okay. Or is it that I have a couple hours a week that I donate to their cause? Or what are you what it doesn't work like that. People like me, people like Genie, we bust our ass to get to where we are. And I'm sorry if you don't have anything that you're like contributing to our goals, then I'm just gonna like kind of delete the email. So I'm sorry, sweetie.
Fair exchange. It has to be a fair exchange. I can't give you some little jing bang something and want like something major. It has to be a fair exchange of power.
Absolutely.
So this is what I wrote right here, because you said budget, but you also said, what do I have to offer? So that means before I approach you, that I have to make sure that I have my ducks lined up before I say, hey, could you put me on? I need to come to you and say, hey, Chelsea 5, and this is what you said. I have this going on. I have this event that I'm on, and I'd love to do XYZ for you. Are you able to, and then we get into negotiation, we get into that conversation. So I like that you said that part there. Let me offer something to, and Essential Music said, talk to me on that. Do I have a lot to offer in return for your expertise?
And it's like something that I'm like appreciative of. I'm asking the organizer, hey, I might get there early. Mm-hmm. So, if you need anything.
Right. That part.
Let me, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me know if you need an extra hand somewhere. Because that extra, like I saw a post the other day that says the work that you put in now, you might get the fruit of your labor later on.
Yeah.
Those calls, or those like suggestions, like, oh, can I help you with anything? Let me know if you need anything. Mm-hmm. Those turn into paychecks. Yep. Trust me. And Absolutely. They form relationships. And it's not just about saying like, oh, okay, who I am. And it's not just about saying, okay, I'm gonna ask her this so that she, he or she could use me later. But you have to think about it where you're coming from. Like sometimes when I'm in a situation and I'm planning an event, I'm like, yes, who can help me here? Because I know how it feels. Right. So just that empathy, one, is part of building the relationship with someone else in the industry. And I think that, like I said, that part is missing. They don't know how to build relationships, and they're just coming at you like, okay, I know her. Let me see what I could get. No, come to me with something that you can offer. Take a look at what I'm doing. Like, understand first before you come to me about anything that you need.
Look at that, and I hope that you guys did get that. And that's the Casual Connect. And I want to tell you guys that the difference between the check-in and the Casual Connect is that with the check-in, that we're strictly focused on industry professionals. We don't have creatives here, so to speak. We're just checking in with industry professionals and showing you their duality, and hoping, encouraging, and empowering you guys to see that it takes work, and that you have to start at the bottom, and then work your way up. So hopefully you guys are getting that. So for the person who had a question, you guys will have to contact through her DM, and you guys wait 48 to 72 hours before she may be able to answer some of you. So you can definitely hit up Chelsea 5 in her DM. So with the Casual Connect, we miss it. What's going on? We miss it. You were just here and then you're gone. What are you doing?
Oh, I know. Everybody's like, well, what's going on? We are definitely working on bringing the Casual Connect to another level. So that is what we're working on. It is definitely coming back. But we don't have any dates and times yet. But
Okay.
but it's coming back. It's definitely coming back.
Oh my God, that is so good to hear. My cousin Natalie Kelly, she does. Keisha Martin. Yes, I'm so happy that you're here, and I see you did bring Apollo Flower Child, so I was happy to see them as well. So I'm happy to hear that. My cousin, she definitely once she tuned into your show, and she tuned in every weekend. Like I said, for those of you who don't know who Shannon Mack is and her Mack Tales, we had that powerful conversation with Tanya Stevens the other day, which actually went viral and has started a movement, as it relates to victims and survivors of sexual assault and sexual violence. So that was awesome, and she didn't know it was going to go that way. Nobody knew. It was a conversation. So super excited about what happened with that. And again, we just all are connected in some way, and that's why relationships are just so important. And anytime myself I see Chelsea Fi doing something and I'm like, how can I help her, and what does she need, how can I be of assistance to my sister CEO when she has something going on, because that is what we do. It's what we do. What can I do to pour into you, especially when you feel like, oh my God, I've gotten so much, so how can I give it back to you? So that I just wanted to mention that, because the movement that is going on is just so powerful. And of course, Tanya Stevens just going live and, allowing the platform and having different professionals to come on there and talk, to people and stuff. So that is just something that is so, I myself am a survivor. So to see that, I'm just so excited about it, and oh my God. So that, again, just lining up the pieces there so everybody can kind of see, where everybody comes from. So because I really want to save management for the absolute last thing. So I'm going to stand up so that you can see something. I wore pants today. Help me out. Just, I put on my big girl panties and everything so that you can see it. What can you do for me with this? Look, all up in all of this right here. Help me out, Chelsea Fi. Help, because this is something else that you do.
Yeah.
And that is the portion that we are on right now.
Listen, we're all about multiple streams of income. And you know what I mean? So aside from music, I do own a med spa. So with the med spa, we do ultrasonic cavitation. So basically we're using machines.
I'm sorry, what's the name of it?
It's called the Baddie Fix, right?
Yes.
The Baddie Fix. So we do ultrasonic cavitation. So basically, with that, we are burning fat cells through slight radiation, nothing too crazy, right? As well as toning and sculpting the body. We do wood therapy as well, and we also have waist trainers for sale. So a little bit of that Baddie Fix. You can check it out on Instagram, the Baddie Fix, BAD. So we have a couple of.
I'm gonna type it. I know I'm gonna type it.
Awesome. Genie don't leave anything out, man.
No. Listen, y'all, this is my bona fide.
Yes.
This is my baby. Okay, guys. So we are going to pause right here, and we're gonna come right back so that we could. We have about 30, a little under 30 minutes left. So we're going to pause. And we're going to come back so that we can continue to talk about the Baddie Fix. And of course, the highlight of Chelsea Fi, which is her as a manager in this industry. So you guys come right back so that we can continue to talk to Chelsea Grant here on this episode of The Check-In.
All right. Awesome.
Are in the final half hour of episode 4 of The Check-In with, of course, Chelsea Grant. So we are going to continue discussing with her the Baddie Fix, which, of course, she was, it's a med spa, and we are so excited, to find out just a little bit more about it. So we're gonna wait for her to kick in there. We put that on. Okay. All right. Good. Wait for Chelsea Fi to come in. So super excited to discuss that. As you guys can see, I'm so squishy around my middle, so I definitely am looking forward to discussing with Chelsea Fi some of the different me with this squishy body that I have. Oh my gosh. So we're not going to take up too much more of her time, and she's and then also having waist trainers and things of that nature. We need all of it. We want to be our best selves. And sometimes it does require a little bit more. And I believe it's not an invasive procedure, which is super awesome. It's not invasive, and some could go and get surgery, which is a-okay, but some of us, we're not ready to go under the knife, but we do want to look a little differently. So that's why we're super excited about the Baddie Fix. So that is what we're going to be discussing right now with Miss Chelsea Grant. The Baddie Fix. Yes, super awesome, guys. I'm excited.
I just wanted to put on some lip
stuff.
I'm like,
if you were still, I'm sorry, I still have the Graves' disease, so I just get really thirsty and dry. That's why you see me just like moisturizing constantly. That's just on me. But and the Baddie Fix is located in Queens, New York.
Yes.
Okay. So so something that I was saying, and if you could correct me, it's a non-invasive procedure, right? You're not cutting me or anything.
No, none of that. So a lot of times people are like, oh, do I have to have had my body done in order to come? Not at all, right? So if you are a post-op girl, if you've had your body done, you want to, maintenance, and you can come for those type of massages. Or if you have never had anything done, you can still come for that, and the machines and the woodwork will still shape you out and contour you.
Does it hurt?
The wood hurts a little bit. The machines, no. But I do a little bit of wood for each session.
Okay.
But really, it's, I'm talking about the wood. You're like rolling this, roller over your stomach, but it's basically to break up the cellulite, things like that.
So can I drink a Pepsi and come see you? And
no, so I
actually
have a free meal plan on the Baddie Fix, so you can check that out. You can drink what you want, but it's not recommended, right? So we're still going to try to make sure you drink a lot of water, that kind of thing. With these procedures, if you're doing like a lymphatic massage, you're probably going to end up wanting to use the bathroom after.
Okay.
So you're going to have to
number one or number two?
Number one.
Oh.
Number one, but it's definitely going to loosen you up a little bit. Hey, London. Yeah, so that kind of thing.
Amen. My producer said that it's a great episode. I thought I put that on pause, on vibrate.
Okay.
So shouts out to my producer. He's really enjoying it. He doesn't want it to end. Right. Keisha Martin said she needs her Pepsi. Yeah. So yeah.
Too much Pepsi, it will show. It will show. Even for myself, I'm like, all right. It's about that time.
Right. No, I wanted to ask that because beer and Pepsi. But I really and truly, and I wore this one piece so that I could show. I have absolutely no shame, so that I can show it.
Oh my
because God. It doesn't matter how much weight I lose.
Shape. Don't turn all the way around because everybody's gonna dismiss you. They're like, "What? No shape? I see you from the back, sis. Hold on."
Yeah, I got the big pant. Look, there's like no definition in my waist, and then like it's this part right here is really squishy, and then it's hard up here. So could you tell us about? You said that. Ooh. Almost failed. So could you tell us about the you said you have a waist trainer too, so is that going to help me get some definition?
Absolutely. We have two waist trainers. One would be for the reflective waist trainer, is for working out. So if you are in the gym, that kind of thing, is basically like a sweatband. It's going to help you sweat in that area. And then the other waist trainer is, that one is a sucker. Like when you first put it on, you're going to need help, somebody's foot, you know what I'm saying? It is definitely going to contour your waist if that's what you're looking for, right?
Yeah. Lokman says, or when the panty rolls under the fupa, you just saw me pull my panties up. When they say put your big girl panties on, I got the big ones on. And I'm so sorry. Yeah.
But yeah, so the waist trainers are really good, very good quality. And, people are like, oh, I could just go on Amazon. Before I invested in this product, I went on Amazon and bought a lot of waist trainers to try to see like, okay, but the quality is totally different. Honestly, like I said, you put this on, you're gonna be snatched instantly. But it's as you're doing that, it's definitely, like I said, shaping you out. So the Baddie Fix, you guys can definitely check that out.
Hey, DJ Flash Montana. So I have a question. So do I have to
buy for free service, Genie? Listen,
Do I have to go and see you in person, or can I just get a waist trainer
you can
online?
get a waist trainer online, but I mean, come in
Okay.
for a free service in person. Definitely
You
relax.
know,
Calm
can I
music
just
in.
tell you, let me be honest.
Okay.
Okay, I have 4 children. Everybody is out of the house
Hmm.
now. College, and I have a grandchild. Everybody's doing this, and so I am eating and drinking and doing all these different things because, so to be honest, the reason why I have not come by is because I am so out of order right now. I'm eating things that make absolutely no sense. I'm not ready to start drinking water. I want to
Well,
drink
I will tell you this much.
crazy stuff.
Having someone that you have accountability with is really good.
I don't
So
want to
when you
be held
come in,
accountable.
hold on. When you come in, we do the consultation first. So you're gonna weigh in. I'm gonna measure everything: arms, legs, thighs, stomach, right? And then when you come back for the service, we're gonna take a look and also see the visual as well. We take pictures of everything. Because sometimes when you're in your, state of bliss and of eating and things like that, you don't want to see the numbers. You know what I'm saying?
I
like it's okay. I'm not jumping on nobody's scale right now. But it's that account. If you really truly want to change, you know what I mean? Then you'll be able to say, okay, well, I know I'm gonna check in with Chelsea next week. Like maybe this is not what I want to do right now.
I'm not
And
ready. And the
you'll see
man,
you'll see difference after the first session because we're gonna take the pictures before and after.
so for Christmas, the man, he asked, he wants to come to the Baddie Fix.
Awesome.
And so he wants to come to the Baddie Fix. And so he asks, do you also do men?
Yes, we do services on men as well.
Yes. Okay.
I was
Had
gonna
to
say,
ask.
actually, there was a DJ that was in the comments. He was like, "Yo, that machine is the truth," and I'm like, "Yeah, it is." So even for guys, and this is not like a replacement, or if you're like, "Oh, I work out, I don't need to do it." This also helps. Even if you work out, this is for like that stubborn back roll area,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. Like, and it's also as you're on the machines because it's 45 minutes, right? The spa music is playing. That we have essential oils
Yeah.
going
No,
off on
we're
the
gonna get
diffuser.
there, Keisha Martin.
Yeah, and
Okay.
great
So
partner.
Keisha Martin's question is, does this affect back injuries, and what are the pros and the cons?
No, it doesn't affect back injuries. Remember, it's just light radiation. So no. As far as pros and the cons of doing I would say there's no real cons per se. If you're pregnant, of course, don't come.
For the waist
Oh,
trainer.
for the waist trainers. I think I would consult with a doctor. So I'm not a doctor. But it also gives you a lot of posture, right? It corrects your posture. When you have the waist trainer on, you're not slouching. Right. You're not slouching. You're sitting upright. You don't have the ability you're walking straight as well. So if anything, I would think it would be beneficial in that sense.
Okay.
Hmm.
Y'all see that I had to sit up right quick because I know the whole time I've been slouched over.
Right,
I was
right.
like trying to talk to my girlfriend like this right here. Okay, I thought he was messaging me. So all right, that's the Baddie Fix, guys. And again, let me type it for you all.
Hmm.
The
Keisha,
Baddie.
Keisha, I know Keisha was one of those people from Jam Rock days that was in the scene for sure. And on the stage as well.
Yep.
So
Okay. The Baddie Fix. You guys, please make sure that you follow the Baddie Fix. And again, if you are DMing Miss Chelsea Grant, please allow 48 to 72 hours before she's able to respond to you guys, because of course she just has so much going on. So you want to give her a few minutes so that she could continue her work before she's able to respond to you. Just be patient. It's coming, whether it's yes, no, wait, or what the hell. Just she is gonna get it to respond to you guys. So we are at the grand finale here, and can I tell you guys that I am so proud of this woman here, of my coolie friend, my Guyana banana. Can I tell you guys, my sister Sag and my sister CEO, my queen. Let me just tell you guys why I'm so excited that Chelsea decided to manage an artist. And you guys have heard everything that she said for the past hour and a quarter and stuff. So for her to manage an artist and an independent artist independent me and not signed to a label.
Mm-hmm.
And the difference that you have seen in this artist since she's been managing him, and you hear him call her name all the time. We're not talking about that yet. So let's talk about Angela Yee Day.
Oh man. So one of the things that really
We hate her. Yeah. Let's talk about Angela Yee Day. So let's start from the beginning, and then I promise you we're going to say that. I just wanted to build it up a little bit. So with Angela Yee Day and just, your friendship and stuff, and she's doing, Angela Yee Day, which is a neighborhood event that Angela Yee, does, and giving back,
right,
to the community, and students can come and they'll get free school supplies, get their hair done if they need a haircut, or girls will get their hair done and things, and have different contests and competitions and all this other stuff. Tell us about Angela Yee Day with your friend Angela Yee, and you've been there from the beginning. You guys are on year 3 now, so let's talk about that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, even though I'm not at the label, I was really excited. This is year 3, and I'm, on my own, and I'm freelancing, but I still have those relationships. Like, those things are so gold, right? So really excited that I'm still able to work with her in the capacity that I do, and just doing, things. And still helping getting the artists out there. This year we had Noah, who's been there from the beginning as well. Naomi Cowan came back. Hood Celebrity. Chanel Muir had her debut on the stage, which I'm like super proud of her.
Yes.
I feel like she's so talented. So I think the most exciting part about working,
I want to see her on the Capsule Connect.
Yes. I think the most exciting part about working with Angela is that, she trusts my viewpoint, right? Yeah. So like, I'm like, okay, I have this person. I've never once heard her say like, who the hell is that? Like, I'm not doing that, or not on my show. Like, she really trusts me to kind of take initiative there and say like, okay, these are my recommendations. And again, for 3 years now, I've never heard her say like, okay, nah, I don't want to go with that person. She's like, all right, Chelsea, thank you. Like, nothing but gratitude from her. And really, it is a service. These artists are like so thankful to be on that platform,
Yeah.
So I'm thankful
like
for her, and I'm thankful that, like I said, I can be in that mix and really be somebody to reach out to in order to get these artists on there. And again, like I said, bio, I root for the underdog. I think reggae in general is full of underdogs, So that's
a couple of key points for Angela Yee Day, for the absolute first one. I love me some Dovey Bagdom. She was on the first one. You know what I'm saying? Which was so awesome, because she was here, and it was during Reggae Gold, I believe, is when it always happens, is when VP Records,
right.
Their artists are always performing
with Angela Yee Day was to promote
Reggae Gold. And it was so awesome. So Dovey got to perform, and I believe Christopher Martin that year. I think Noah performed that year. But I want to talk about this year. A couple of highlights for me was not just Miss Chanel Muir, who had ghostwritten for so many different artists in the dancehall genre. So for her to perform looking absolutely beautiful, and I think for her to see, because this again is a community event, so these are parents and children, not just regular people like me. Parents and children are there, and for them to be singing out with her. And so afterwards, I said, "Excuse me, Miss Chanel Muir, I just want you to know, you talking about I don't want to be independent anymore. Could you please sing a song for those of us women who are tired of being independent and just want somebody to take care of them?" I don't want, she was cracking up, but she did so wonderfully. That was a highlight, everybody singing her song with her. Another highlight is we got to meet Noah Powell's wife. There was his wife, which is an elder, and she came on the stage and killed it.
I got confused for a second. I was like,
right, his wife. No, seriously. There was an elder woman that came on the stage, because Noah Powell, he always involves you in his performance, and so he told a couple of women to come up on the stage, I think to perform for Dip, right? For drop. Sorry, listen, I call people the wrong name, say the wrong name, everything. So for drop, so he called a couple of dancers, patrons, to come on the stage and perform, and this elder lady. She had to be in her 60s or her 70s or something. And she came out there and killed them young girls. What? She killed. I told him that was his wife. The way she had to be 60s or 70s.
Yeah, she did her thing though. And she wanted to go back on stage. They were like, okay, miss, all right. But she was like, no, I'm just going to go back. No! I was like, young lady.
I go, Noah, you didn't tell me you were bringing your wife today. It is so hot. He was like, I hate you. I said, no, the way that she came and dominated that stage, like she was yours.
Yeah, it went viral on blogs.
Yes. Oh my, because it was wonderful. But that's the kind of artist he is. We're not there yet. That's the kind of artist he is. And another highlight for me was Young Devin.
Yeah.
Because first of all, don't get to listen to hip hop as much as I'd like to. The kids normally have me, listen to it. But so this young lady came and killed the stage with her purple wig on and stuff. And then I saw her on the Cyphers on BET. And to think that when she came and she performed, and I thought, dang, I like her. She's doing her thing. And then to see that this young lady just went, she's on BET, and then I just keep seeing her at different places.
Young has been working hard for a very long time, probably since she was about 12 or so. So she's maybe 20 now. She first started in the Caribbean scene though, doing like soca and
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Her prom, Lyrical took her to prom.
Oh,
no,
I didn't. Oh
like
my God.
Taking her in like as they, she's Trinidadian. But she's transitioned since to hip hop, which makes sense, right? She's young, she's in Brooklyn, so she's definitely getting the best of both worlds as far as Caribbean music and hip hop. Right. So, but definitely talented. Oh my goodness! Every time she goes, killing it, freestyle and everything.
Loved her. I loved her. Oh my God! So I just wanted to say that when you talk about underdogs, such as here we are. Noah Power, you are managing him, and this is a young man that just his early days. I've watched his career, from being a selector in Jamaica, and then he's all the way up here, and just watching him, and to have you as his manager, can we talk about that? Because he performed with Estelle on stage. What are you doing? He was on the stage with Estelle. I was like, son, is that? No, I'm just kidding. But oh my God, let's talk about you managing Noah Power. I just want to listen. Oh
I think as one of the artists that's like super humble, and I could talk to him like, yo, my G, like I call him like, yo, my G, like this is not. That's the type of relationship, friendship that we have, which is cool. I think for him, when we were just getting to know each other in the industry, again, I think it's the kind of the work ethic that really played a part. Like getting at 4:00 in the morning, driving to Connecticut for an early morning interview with Buck. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll take the wheel. I'll drive. Like, you sleep. That kind of thing. And then also me looking at him with his, he has his daughters in the back of the car early in the morning, headed to the radio station. Like that humility and that sense of like presence, right? I definitely admired. Like, yeah, okay, you're an artist, but you're still a dad. Like you're still like a family man. You still have to have home to take care of. So for me, just seeing that side of him made me respond to him more, and say like, okay, well, maybe this is somebody that I can work with, because his work ethic is there and his values just as a human being are there. It's definitely been, interesting during the pandemic to be managing an artist, because some of the opportunities that we would have had there been no shutdown would have been different. Like, we would have had more things, but I think we definitely put our creative caps on and try to figure out some stuff. Noah is like an entertainer, but he's also a creative person as well. So you saw him doing like the Tough Crackers challenge
and the Christmas. He did something for Christmas.
Yeah, we did
about that.
12 Days of Noah giveaway, where we had different businesses come on the live and talk to him for an hour. We played music, that kind of thing. and just kind of showcase their business. We're trying to bring that back again this year from the 2nd of December to the 16th. So if you have a business that you'd like to highlight and you want Noah to kind of endorse it, this would be the time to do so.
Yeah.
But the part of that is, you know, each night during the 12 days of Noah, we were able to give something away. So to one of the on the live, you know, he during the pandemic, again with the Tough Crackers Challenge, VP Records joined in to kind of donate some money to that. He definitely kind of flexed his philanthropic muscle, right? Philanthropic.
Yeah. No, right. Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
No, he did give back.
You know, playing this game, but like you really got to see how some people are living because you're on live with them as well. Hey, Adam.
Hey, Adam. Right. We both saw him at the same time. Hey, Adam.
You know, he's on there basically. With Noah, like I said, he was on live with people that were like with their kids trying to eat these tough crackers, and they're like, "Please, mom, come on, hurry up," because they wanted $50 or $100.
Right.
You know, as an aside, as things got tough for people here, the people that they're supporting in these Caribbean countries and stuff were feeling it as well.
Right.
So, you know, I manage the booking email, and I see people all the time like hitting him up like, "Hey, you know, I'm going through a rough patch right now. Can you send me $50, $100?"
Right.
And that stems from him doing those challenges and,
yep.
and going
yes.
union himself, putting his own money in some of the time and sending people. You don't see that from every artist. You don't see that from every DJ or personality online. So again, the Christmas event, the 12 Days of Noah was just able to basically give
back,
and which him, it just kind of went along with what he stands for. So
okay, guys, so I want to stick a pin here and say it again. The 12 Days of Noah is returning this Christmas, December 2021. It's going to be from December 2nd through the 16th.
Yeah, during the weekdays.
The weekdays, during business days, the 2nd through the 16th is why it's running that way. If you are a business and you would like more information on how you can participate, please make sure that you hit Miss Chelsea Grant up in her inbox. DM her about participating in the 12 Days of Noah, and you're basically going to be giving back. It's a part where they give back to the community, and so you must have something that you want to, you know, that you want to give. And also because he does give out monetary donations, we don't know, you know, what he's going to do as far as giving those out. Then you definitely want to have that.
I'm like, you have a car dealership, hit me up.
Yeah,
I'm like, a car this year. That's what I'm where my head is at. But you don't have to have a car dealership. Hit me up still. But I'm like, let's go bigger and better this year.
Let me write down somebody who I know does cars so I could yeah, because I definitely think that we'll I'm writing down my companies trying to make sure that we make sure that we participate. So you guys, please make sure and accompany many different companies, you guys. So don't just think that because you do this or that, you can't, you know, respond.
We had like a lady that does wigs to go. So she had like basically it's a hat and there's like attached to the hat. So I, you know, like to the grocery store, that kind of thing. So go by Gail, I believe. We had Tempo Networks gave away TVs last year. We had gave away like food baskets. Who else did we have?
I have to be in New York, or can my business be okay?
I had a breading company from Florida, Millie. So it's basically like kind of like a shake and bake, but a Caribbean style version. So fish or chicken or whatever the case is. And so that was one of them. But we had a couple of different businesses, of course, 12 businesses.
Okay.
And we're also going to have a charity night this time as well. So that's what.
Ooh, you guys have heard it here. And so again, make sure that you guys are ready to participate in the 12 Days of Noah. It was absolutely wonderful. And again, you know, for him to he just does so many different things himself. So for him to say, let me take a time out to give back, when you talk about his character and who he is as a person, that speaks volumes that he would do that. Everything coming out of pocket. Like, you know, here, and then you see he and DJ Polish, and I first started seeing him at Seafood Tuesdays in Queens, New York, and then I just started seeing that partnership just, you know, go so many different places, and the networking. That I saw you guys at a birthday party in California the other day.
Yeah.
And again, I only mention names if you if you want to, but I saw you guys networking in California, and there was a viral clip, and he was on the side in this viral clip, and it was just like, he looked like he belonged there. That's exactly where he should be. So my question,
Mm-hmm.
what is the follow-up to that from your trip to California? What are you guys doing? We want to know.
Well, definitely the idea is he has an album that is ready, so we're definitely shopping that.
Wait, is that why Adam Gross from Ineffable is here?
That's ready, so we're definitely trying to see what we can do with that, and just more so build his awareness. Did that event open him up to a brand new audience of people?
Yeah.
And him a little bit, so well, a lot actually.
Mm-hmm.
And right now to kind of push him out there more, and anything that we did last year, we just want to do it bigger and better this year.
Yeah,
that's kind of where we are. The great thing about Noah, he is an artist, but he's also a DJ, right? So whatever song or anything that he's putting out, he's going to be promoting it because he's on the road and highly requested.
Yeah.
That as well. So I'm definitely looking to do some more stuff for him with different platforms.
You guys, everybody tag Noah Power. We just want to say hi to him. Everybody tag him if he's not live.
Oh.
No, so
all the time.
Are you at the office right now?
No, I'm home right now.
Okay. Yeah. I just I was so happy to see him out there, and so I was speaking to someone, and I told them because whatever people are saying and stuff, and I said, you know what, if one of the talents that I saw who I know is going to have some follow-up, it's Noah Power. I know that because he was there, his manager was there, and I know that they are going to have something come out of that whole event. Even if you don't see it publicized yet, I can guarantee you that she is going to turn that into something. I just know it. That's why I was like, I'm going to ask her. I want to know. I don't want to wait.
Yeah, I mean, definitely there's some good things to look forward from. He has some new singles dropping. Of course, he has a single drop that is out with VP Records right now. It's on Reggae Golds, which is pretty cool. So we just
Zumba?
Yeah.
Zumba?
It was with Zumba as well. So pretty dope stuff.
Yeah.
I'm tagging Noah.
Right. They are tagging him. Noah, where are you? Noah. No, I was just saying that, but I know he's so busy. I think I saw he got a sync license the other day.
Yes. So he's in him and Shaggy have a song in 007. Mm-hmm. So he's moving.
Oh, that was so amazing. Of course, with his producer LMR Pro, and they've just been together from inception. And so to see, Shaggy is just another one who's just like, look, I see talent. Let's rock with this. And
he's always making sure that he puts Noah in different positions to showcase his talent, whether it's like calling him like, okay, I have a show here, come through, do your song, let people know.
Right.
So I think, like I said, we're just trying to make sure that more people know about him on the music side of things, because he's really talented on that side too. If he was bad, like if I didn't like his songs, then I wouldn't.
No, I love it. But I think I told you, Greener Grass. That's the one for me right now.
Mm-hmm.
So when he was doing he I don't remember which interview, but I saw him interviewing, and he spoke about Greener Grass, and he spoke about what Greener Grass meant, and that's what tuned me into that song. It was the Breakfast Club?
Yeah.
Okay. So this particular song, for him to speak about, it's me. I'm telling you, I'm not the right person. I'm not doing what I should be doing. You deserve better and stuff. But for him to say that out loud, when I don't want to tell you I'm toxic. I don't want to tell you any of my faults. I just want to look at you, and I want to tell you did this and you did that. But for him to say that, and I'm like, but I love you already. You just want me to love you some more. That was so, for me, just like, you just don't see that. And that made me go back and listen to Greener Grass, like, with different ears.
Yeah.
And it just made me appreciate that song. Hopefully we could get a video out of it or something,
We're working on it.
Yeah, that I just wanted to mention that part. So Anything else with your artists? Just tell us. And again, let me go back to my notes here. So when you spoke about Estelle's management and the relationship that you have with them, and watching, how they manage her and stuff, do you feel that, like, yeah, I've definitely put one and one together and I'm making two here? Do you feel that you're more than his road manager, or do you feel like, nah, I'm just a person that's just on the road with him? Are you like a full, complete manager for him? We want to know.
Absolutely. Well, I get involved in all the conversations when it comes to Noah, in regards to like his music, his his music, bookings, all that type of things. Also his image, if he's looking a little weirdo on Instagram or something, I'm like, hey, you got to correct that. We definitely have those type of like collaborative conversations and say, okay, you need new pictures going forward, or you need a collab with a different artist. Like, okay, who you working with? Like, who's your friend in the industry? Like, these are the type of conversations we have. Like, okay, what's our game plan for this event? What do you think about this? What do you think about bringing out Estelle, a summer stage? How is that going to look? And then also, I'm on the flip end, I'm making sure that other people understand or are aware of the things that he's doing as well. So once these things happen, then I'm on the back end hitting up the blogs and making sure that they, whether it be the blogs or even industry professionals, like, okay, in case you missed it, this is what's going on with Noah. You know what I mean? Because it's easy sometimes to not, I mean, we can't know everything about every artist, right? So you could have the Cardi B event, but unless somebody's saying, and letting you know, like, hey, like, did you know that Noah was just there? He was the one that was DJing the whole event, like him and Polish. Like, just so you know, I'm like, think, this might be a good look for you guys, that kind of thing. So definitely on his behalf, I'm having those conversations that need to be had.
I'm glad that you said that. I was waiting for you. It was absolutely, again, just amazing. And I think because he's, such a humble guy, and just who he is, that these different opportunities, pop up for him at the right time.
Yeah.
So to see him at the Cardi B party and DJing and being the artist and all that stuff, I was, Chelsea, you better do that, girl. And then I saw you and I was like, oh yeah, I know. I have heard him say more than one time, he bigs up his manager, which you don't hear too often. But I've heard Noah Paul say, I just want to big up my artist, Chelsea Grant. What does that mean to you for your client, to mention your name when he's doing certain things? Because I hear him say it a lot.
I mean, that is awesome, honestly. I mean, but we have to understand that, and I talked to him about that, I'm your manager. But you're putting me in situations where I can help you further, and vice versa. Okay. So it's like that type of relationship that we have, which would be different for other people. So it's important for him to kind of acknowledge me, so that people know who I am, and kind of
right,
like more of a background person, So they're like, oh, I know you like in the scene, but I don't know what it is that you do. So this is important for people to kind of understand, like, oh, okay, this is what she does.
Yeah.
So those are the type of conversations that we have as well. So, nothing
because
but good.
Why are you calling him directly when he has a manager? If you don't call his manager, stop. Don't go around her. And I think you and I had this conversation. I'm pretty sure we must have had it at one time that, people try to go around. I've known him this long. Okay, and that means what to me? You need to contact his manager,
Right.
So, yeah, I didn't want to take out so much time to just speak on that. And I just, I see the growth. I see him on the different platforms. Again, when he was performing at Coney Island, this man has this energy, and he just has us so involved in what he's doing.
Right.
I want to just sit there and enjoy the show. Why you got me standing up and bouncing and trying to do? I don't want to do that. I just want to chill, but you got me bouncing and singing and stuff, and he's the same. And you know what I'm saying? He got me all.
There are some there are some artists that have great songs, but when they get on the stage, they're just holding the mic. They don't know how to command the audience. And the benefit, like I said, for Noah is that he's a DJ first, right? A selector.
Hey, Keisha Martin.
So as far as like being in tune with the audience, he already has it.
Right.
He definitely knows.
Oh my gosh. I am just God bless him and is there any exclusive that you could give us? Tell us something that we don't know. Tell us anything. We want something.
But we are working. That's all I'll say. We are definitely
Okay. I just
don't follow Noah Power, of course. As you
let me type that one in too. Noah Power.
For the 12 days of Noah. We just kind of try to push through.
Yeah. So you guys, please make sure that you follow Noah Power. Again, for any business services or anything of that nature, Chelsea Grant is his manager. So you should be hitting her up, not hitting him up because y'all went to school at PS 43 or wherever that was. Don't be seeing him at a party or walking up to him and stuff like that. If you see him out, he's working. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? He's working. So y'all hit up his manager, but just watching him all this time, and every time I see him, I'm just I just feel a joy. I'm just excited. I am so excited for him. I think we hit up on everything.
Thank you so much.
No, what is there anything that you any last words that you wanna tell us and stuff?
Sure. I offer for any artists that are that would like to offer consultations for a fee. You can hit me up, questions, or if you're looking for any type of service, or if you just want to have open with me, that is available. So just DM me and I'll send you a link and we can have a conversation about your career. I do see a lot of artists, sometimes they're not ready for management or any, they don't know what they're ready for, so they just want to have a conversation. So sit down.
Did you guys hear? I'm gonna repeat it for y'all. She said consultation for a fee.
Yes.
So when y'all going over to Miss Chelsea Grant, understand it is for a fee. Please don't go over there with them dry, tough crackers. But you guys, it is for a fee, but you need to invest in yourself anyway. That you need to invest in yourself. And we have gone an hour and 40 minutes, discussing what she's done, what she's doing, what she's going to do. So you guys already know who or what she does. We won't say who she is. We'll say what she does. So you already know what it is that you're getting into, and she just gave us so many gems. And oh my God, I just tell you, I'm just so absolutely Keisha Martin. I'm so proud of you. Anything that you need, that I am absolutely right here for it. Just because again, in this industry, for those of us who are behind the scenes, it's a lot of work, and anything that I have that I can help you with, that it'd be right there. Like anything, I'm like, hey, what do you need? Us and our other friend, there's the three of us, we just sit there, and I always try to give as soon as I find something, let me, run it back to the ladies, so I definitely am here for that. But you know it anyways. But this has been absolutely wonderful.
Yes. Pleasure speaking with you. And I would say, I love how organized the interview is. So I appreciate you for that. And really just I'm like, okay, yeah, I forgot about that. You've definitely pulled everything out of me. So I appreciate it.
No, because you know what? You don't talk about yourself, but damn it, you did today. You have to. I think it's just very, it's important. You've reached that level where this is who did that. And I say that, and I was good today. I didn't say anything naughty or anything. It was very professional. Yeah. Yes. So you guys, again, if you are an independent creative and you want a consultation, then you could definitely hit Chelsea up in her DM. Again, allow her up to 72 hours to respond to you guys, because she spoke of the different things that she's doing. She's self-made, guys. So it's not like she's got 30 staff members. So allow her 72 hours is 3 days, so that she can get back to you. She will get back to you. Again, these are paid services, so make sure that you have your yeah, definitely Keisha Martin. And also, I do have a live band. I'm looking forward to getting Noah Power in the studio so that we can have him do some live band performances. Oh, did I say that? My bad. But anyway, so this is Chelsea Grant, you guys. This is Chelsea. Yes, my love.
Thank you so
So,
much. Thank you, everybody that was watching and
yes,
listening. I appreciate you
yes,
guys as
yes,
well.
yes,
All right. Bye, Genie
yes.
Beanie. And for my
Bye,
followers, please follow
baby. Bye,
Genie.
bye.
Genie, just give your
Yes.
information for anybody that's on my live that wants to follow you as well.
Oh, I am Genie Sweetness. Yeah. Yeah. This is me, Genie Sweetness. So we actually, when you see her, you see me. So um, Genie Sweetness. Yeah. So, and we support each other.
Absolutely.
Absolutely support each other. It's what we do. Yeah. So that is it.
Thank
Talk to you
you.
later, baby. So
All right. Have a good
I'm
one.
gonna do wrap up. Bye bye. Okay, you guys. This was the check in with Chelsea Grant. Make sure that you're following the Baddie Fix, Baddie. Hey, Kashira J. Um, the Baddie Fix for your waist trainer, and of course, she's located in Queens, New York. So that is for your body. Make sure that you are following Chelsea. Follow Chelsea Grant here on Instagram so that you could get your consultation, so that you could, hopefully get some direction, so that you are taking your career to the next level. Just get some information. Make sure you have your budget. Come over there and say, hey, I saw you on the check-in. But you make sure that you have your budget. So different things that she gave us today. And so from the young lady, she's gone now because I forgot to write her username. She said in life, in business, you must be teachable to succeed. So make sure you have an open mind before you go over there and hit Chelsea Grant up. She spoke about the challenges, that she challenges you, as a client. She challenges you. So make sure you don't have an ego, like this massive, nasty ego, but that you're open to receive what it is that she is going to pour into you. That is very important. She's going to challenge you. So be ready for that. She spoke about having relationships and trust in this industry, and that's what leads to your success, having that trust and maintaining that relationship, and remaining in touch with your fan base is so important as a creative. And she spoke about that, in how Busy Signal does that. Chelsea Grant's steps was she was an intern. She did free sponsorship solicitation for clients as she continued to build. If you are looking, if maybe you do not have a budget, what she said, what do I have to offer? So before you approach her looking for some work, you don't have a budget, and it has to be a balanced, of course, baby, it has to be a balanced exchange of power. Before you approach her, what are you offering? So don't come and say, put me on. Come and say, this is what I'm doing. This is what I would like to offer you in exchange for. So make sure that you approach her on that level. It's very important. And lastly, when she spoke about being a road manager versus a true manager, you're not just somebody that's going to their different events and stuff. You are the person. You are their shadow. You are responsible for everything. So you want to make sure that if you are going to become a manager for a creative in this industry, that you are a full service manager, that you're doing everything. You're speaking on their behalf and you're representing them. That is so important. So these are the different, an equal exchange of power, Keisha Martin. These are the different things that she spoke on. And so I hope that you guys receive that and some other gems. I absolutely love, I love everyone. I love you guys. Love, love, love you. And of course, again, rest in peace to General Colin L. Powell. Our next check-in, because we're doing it, we are here twice a month, every other Monday, on at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2 p.m. if you're in JA, and 8 p.m. General GMT Mountain Time, which is, of course, across the waters in Europe. Contact her directly, Star Baby, and she can have that answered for you. So wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Our next guest will be Dubmaster Chris. That is on this coming Monday, October 25th. And the reason why we had to reschedule him is because he has something special for you guys. He has something special for you. So some people did take advantage of the offer that we were doing, where we're posting you on BritishLinks.com. And so thank you guys. Just look at the other. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for that, Keisha Martin. Yes, click on her link tree and you're going to see everything. And if you look at the previous IGTV, then you'll see, we have radio ready information for you guys, because you can email your own stuff out, get your own things going to radio. You just have to make sure that you have it right. Again, I am Genie Sweetness, your host of the Check-In. Shouts out to my producer, Romy Icon, here on British Linkz. You guys be safe. I will see you next week, Monday. We're booked all the way through November, so I wonder who our guest in November will be. You guys just have to stay tuned for that. Mwah! Be good, everybody.